Hey Drew, you want to go bowling?
Nah,
Why not?
because I have
Wii Sports. This game released alongside the Wii as the game included with the console. And it was a pretty smart decision, because this game was a pretty big reason for people to get a Wii, resulting in everybody wanting one and making it extremely hard to get one, because it was selling out everywhere. And Wii Sports is absolutely to thank for the rapid success. Sure, it might seem like a tech demo just to show off what the Wii can do, but this is a pretty meaty tech demo. 5 sports, which may not seem like much, but every single sport is pretty different. The sports being tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before I actually start talking about the sports, let's talk about how the Mii's work in this game. This is the first game that actually used Mii's, and they are perfect for a game like this, because it actually makes you feel, when you play as your Mii, that you are actually playing sports. And your Mii also works as a profile to track your skill level on each sport. The skill level just gives more reason to replay these sports, because there's a sense of progression as you get a higher skill level, by either just getting a good score in golf and bowling, and when you take on harder opponents in the other sports. And the sense of progression is really rewarding, and it's pretty much the core reason why the first two are so good. Another cool thing about your Mii's is that they can also be seen in the background, like in bowling, where you can see your Mii's on your console bowling right next to you, in the audience in such games as tennis or boxing. Or in baseball's case, your team is made up of your Mii's.
Now how about we get to talking about the sport?
Now first, tennis. Tennis is very simple. You don't control your character, and really all you do is swing your Wii remote. This may sound boring, but in reality the simplicity of it is what makes it fun, because you don't have to go through a lot of effort just to hit the ball. But that doesn't mean it's easy, because higher level CPUs can get really hard to beat in this. Not the hardest sport to go pro on, but it gets pretty hard. And overall, yeah, tennis is pretty great. And one thing that I was kind of an idiot on with my Switch Sports video is that I was annoyed that they cloned your Mii. Don't have 4 players, they clone you. And it's kind of weird and finicky to get timing right, because you can't control your player. And it made more sense in Wii Sports because there was less space and more people involved. And I hadn't played the original Wii Sports at the time of the video's creations, so I had no idea that's present in the original, but I don't know, it just feels better here when cloned in the original Wii Sports, but it's kind of idiotic and made it seem like it wasn't even there in the first place. I swear, I had to say at least one stupid thing in both of these videos. I really hope I don't say something stupid in this one.
Can you really promise you won't, though?
I'm gonna be honest. No.
Next is baseball, and this one is fun. Until it's not. But anyway, baseball only really gives you control of the hitter and the pitcher, meaning essentially all you have to do is hit and pitch the ball. And catching the ball is done by your teammates that are not controlled by you. On one hand, it simplifies baseball to make it easier for more people to play, which is an aspect of it that I like, and because of that, it's fun. Until the lack of control kind of ruins some things as you rank up. As you level up, the Mii's on the opposing team start to become ruthless, catching most of your hits, and it's so frustrating. So when I hit, I'm gonna get an out, but when they hit, they'll get singles, doubles, triples, and a home run.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Your mom sounds like a skill issue.
Resorting to mom jokes to a computer when you are mad. I've never seen you stoop so low.
Yeah, that was actually kind of petty, I'm sorry.
And there's also something called a mercy rule, where if you have a sizable lead on the other team, you just automatically win. It has helped me win a few times, but it's really annoying when the other team wins that way, and it's pretty bullcrap despite helping me sometimes. And yeah, ranking up can be a pain because of those reasons. And if you're given a little more control, it wouldn't be, but that doesn't mean the sport is bad, because in all honesty, it's not. I'd just say it's the weakest sport in the game. But if this is the weakest sport, then no wonder this game is so revered. Now, the sport I consider the best in not only this game, but the entire series, bowling. Now, bowling is a sport that's the most closest to how it plays in real life. It's quite literally just bowling, and I like to bowl in real life sometimes, so I also like it here too. Now, bowling in Resort is still great, and in Switch Sports it feels good enough for Joy-Con, but it just feels the best to throw the bowling ball in this game compared to every other entry. And you can tell I'm better with how it feels here, because I've actually gotten a perfect game, so I'm naturally biased. Also, another thing to mention about being really close to real life, I actually do think this is a good way of training for going bowling in real life, because as a result of playing this, I've actually improved at bowling in real life. I say real life too much. Now, not perfect game levels of improvement, but I definitely say I've gotten better with the help of Wii Sports bowling. So yeah, bowling is great.
So, is that a yes or a no? Hey, yeah, shut up, I'm not done yet.
Next up is golf. I'd say this one is also pretty close to playing golf in real life, And most of the time, it plays pretty well. And yeah, it's fun. Outside of the fact that when you're close to the hole, we have to hit it in. Because it's kind of hard to hit it in without hitting too hard or too slow. Besides that, it's good, but it's kind of the sport I have the least to say about it, if I'm being honest. Now, the last sport, boxing. Now, on the surface, there doesn't seem to be much depth, because it may just seem like you have to swing your Wii remote and nunchuck around to beat your opponent. But you can strategize where to hit your opponent and how to dodge their attack. And yeah, it controls kind of finicky and weird sometimes, but it's still a good simulation of boxing. Also, the getting up animation after being knocked down is so weird. Like, your Mii just kind of slithers up like some kind of demon. It's weird to watch. Now, there's also a training mode for each sport. They each have you practicing a particular technique and playing each sport. Some can be very technical and some are just fun high-score minigames, such as hitting a bunch of tennis balls or bowling over 100 pins. They also have a medal system with bronze, silver, and gold depending on how well you do. They aren't as important as ranking up in a sport, but they're cool, and they incentivize doing better at practicing a certain element of each sport. But the most interesting training lessons of all of them are the boxing ones, because they're really the only ones that feel like someone is actually training. The trainer is Matt, a legend when it comes to Wii Sports, and Mii's as a whole. It's the only person that ever really trains you in this mode that seem like they actually want to help you, and I respect that so much. Long live Matt. Lastly, there's another mode called Wii Fitness, which selects different training modes, and from how well you do in all of them, determines your age. My age is normally within the like 20 to 30 range, which is considered good, but sometimes it'll say I'm 60. That's fun. I want to come in and briefly interject. My maximum age it said I was actually 45. So past Drew is wrong. He's an idiot. I hate him. So yeah, that's Wii Sports. A game that pretty much anyone can play because of its sheer simplicity. And overall, it's just plain fun.
If you didn't want to go bowling, you could have just said no.
He's got a point, Drew. You get carried away easily.
Judged off the fact that I've spoken over 1,000 words about Wii Sports in the past few minutes, just because I was asked to bowl, I kind of see your point. I need more therapy.